All right, today Chad and I are going to be checking out a rare and beautiful documented 1969 Impala SS 427. Just a really neat car, very hard to find, and a real 427 car.
Yeah, that's what's cool. This was a Canadian built car, so it's got the full documentation, which we're going to show you. And this car was restored back to almost all of its factory specs. Original Le Mans blue, black vinyl top, dark blue interior is exactly how this SS 427 390 horsepower big block monster came from the factory. As we check out underneath the hood, this is an LC code, date code correct as far as it's the right engine. It's LC, which is a 1969 427 390 horsepower, but the original engine was built, and there's some documentation here. A guy spent a ton of money and built it to a ton of horsepower, and probably blew the damn thing up.
And that was back in the 70s.
Yeah, way back in the day. So really cool car, guys, all done back to its factory specs. As we go here and check it out, the made in Canada. Trim tag there, it does have power brakes, power steering, 427, 390 horse, and really a beautiful undercarriage and under the hood.
Yeah, it is. A highly optioned car as well. You know, we'll get to some of that with the interior, but
when they did the job, the paint job on it, obviously they took the fenders off, hood off, doors off, everything was taken apart and repainted, and they've done very nicely. I want to fire it up quick, D?
Yeah.
It's got some pretty cool dual exhaust on it, nice sounding dual exhaust, chrome tips out the back, and we'll get to this in a little bit once we shut the car off, but super straight car. There's that idle we were looking for. That 427 just thumps, don't it? Is pretty cool. Too bad this ain't a Copo Camaro. But a Super Sport Impala 427, still a damn cool car.
In a 69, they're really neat body style. You know, you really don't see them too often. They still are a big old boat though.
Comfortable. We'll go ahead and go through the lines. We must go ahead and shut it off. As we go through the body lines on here, the hood lines up beautifully from front to back. Nice even gap, and across the top of the fender to the top of the hood lines up nice. You really, I hope the metallic shows up in this video. You really have to see this car in person. It is a beautiful blue.
Yeah. And then nice gap here too, but it's a little bit tighter on this side than it is on the passenger side.
A little tighter in the front, but we still have a decent gap all the way from front to back. Doesn't hit anything. As far as the we do have a little scratch right here in the very front, right on this line. There's a little scratch, something scratched it there. Other than that, the paint on the hood and top of the fenders is beautiful. Jay did a remarkable job on the chrome. I mean, the bumper looks brand new. The grill's awesome. Bumper guards look great. I mean, we polished every inch of this car. As we look up and down the side, and Dalton did mention, this is a long car, these Impalas, and very hard to make a nice straight car out of it, and this one's really straight. I love the choice of tires and rims on it. They went with the original style rally rims, but they went ahead and put the BFG radial redline tires on it, which just really makes this really era correct, except for the radials.
Yeah, and that blue and red look beautiful good.
It really does. As far as we're looking at the top of the fender to the top of the hood, and everything looks awesome. All the way down here, as we go along the bottom, the gap's just a little bit tighter on the very bottom of the door, and we do have just a couple chips that have been touched up down here. Lower fender, rocker panel, all that is excellent. Bottom corners of the door is great, and just look how nicely this door tucks in here to this quarter panel. The dog leg and rocker here to the quarter is all great, no bubbles or blisters. Over the wheel well is awesome, and behind the wheel is great too. A lot of times you have to kind of worry about that when you have the exhaust come out like that to the side. Sometimes you get the moisture there. But this car has had new quarters, and there's pictures of that during the restoration. So you have a really solid car.
I like the taillights on the 69s as well.
And it's got a ton of them.
Yeah, it's got a lot of taillights.
Two-piece bumper. That's kind of unique, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So I didn't really know, but we don't see many 69s either. So it's got the two-piece bumper. The chrome on the back bumper has been all replated as well, along with the bumper guards. The SS on the trunk lid's kind of cool.
And the whole rear styling of it is pretty cool.
It is.
You know, even with like the way the trunk lid sits with the grooves. And then the one thing I noticed that was neat with the back windows on these 69s, they're kind of like caved in. You know, you see how...
Yeah, try to replace them.
Exactly.
As long as we're back here to the back window, guys, I did notice that the back package tray on the other side is absolutely perfect, but around this speaker hole, that should be replaced. You can tell there that around the speaker hole it's got some holes in it, but the rest of it looks really good. The top of the back seat looks perfect as well.
Open up the big old truck.
Good choice. Wow. That's freaking nice.
You put 3 bodies in there.
As far as the bottom of the trunk lid, the paint's awesome. We have some really nice, they did just as nice a job really in the jams as they did on the top end of the car. The jams are all painted nice. Trunk lid's all speckled inside here. The trunk floor looks awesome. It's got the jack and the same thing, the BFG. Is that, I'm guessing that's probably a red line inside maybe too. Looks like the same exact tire for a spare. They really did a nice job all throughout here. I love how this sounds when you shut them too. Just the tinny, nice metal sound. On the trunk lid, if you want to pick a little something, it's got the tiniest little paint imperfection right here. It's very, very small. Other than that, again, lines up nice on the top. Driver's side just as nice and straight as the passenger side here. I'm gonna go over and go to the interior quick. And while we're heading to the interior, I want to point out the vinyl top. So many on these cars, the vinyl tops, you'll see a little bubble under it or a little bump. This one's all rust-free and solid, very clean, all the way across the top here. All the way down the front pillars too. So if anyone has any questions, the vinyl top is awesome. Again, we're going to come into that door jamb paint, and that Le Mans blue is fantastic. Scuff plates and carpet all look good. This car was restored years ago. It still looks fantastic. Again, the bottom corner of our inside of our door is awesome. Lower fender's perfect. Dome lights work under the dash on both sides. The paint on the dash is great, except for we do have some little scratches along the steering column area, and we do have one crack on the dash pad, which is between the speaker and the column there. But other than that, the wood grain on it's super clean. Power windows all work, and that's one of the options Dalton was going to talk to us about. It's got the original AM radio also, and that works. Door panel looks like it was replaced at one point, but they left the original little trim pieces here, and that could be replaced if you want to. Rubbers were replaced during the paint job, and the corners of the doors 100% rust free with nice jam paint. Seats were redone. Front seat matches the back seat perfectly, and they did a great job. There's no wrinkles in the seats. It's got all the correct blue GM seat belts. The cord here is excellent. The visors are nice. The headliner's been replaced, it looks like, but there's no wrinkles or nothing in that either. So really, really clean, you guys. Back door panels, front door panels, and back seat is all excellent. What'd you find there, D?
Just got a little history with the car, and it's got, probably the most important thing is the build sheet showing all the accessories the car came with. So it was factory Le Mans blue.
With dark blue trim, with the interior.
Black vinyl
top. The biggest thing, guys, right here. Engine 427, 390 horsepower, 4-barrel with a turbojet.
Numbers produced in Canada, 2006-77.
Less than 117 of the Impala models were with this. Yeah, cool, huh? Pretty neat. G24 package.
Neat car.
Nice. Tires are like new on it. We're getting ready to take it here for a spin. I personally have never drove the car yet, so it'll be our maiden voyage, and we'll see how it drives.
I drove it when it first came in. It really drove nice.
Did you? Okay, good.
Yeah, but that was before we really even did much to it.
And I don't know really what happened here, guys. We got a little piece that was broke off this original trim right here. So I don't know if a guy can get that for reproduction or not. I'm not sure. Back side of the hood matches up to the top of the door and the fender. Excellent. And we have a really nice gap from top to bottom. No bubbles or blisters that I can see anywhere down low. The roof rail gaskets are all new. They put all new felts in it when they did it as well. Door seems to be rust-free. Here's what I was really going to point out. The wood grain on the door panels, the wood grain on the steering wheel, on the dash itself is all excellent. Right here, they skimped a little bit. I'm guessing there's like a little pad or something maybe that goes in here. Not quite sure. Either that or it's just supposed to be a little painted a little better there. As far as the driver's side seat coming in and out, it looks to me like no one dyed these seats. Nothing stupid like that. These were aftermarket replacements and they fit perfectly. And when they did them, they went ahead and put all new cushions, it seems like, in them too, because they're really comfortable. Our horn works. As I mentioned, the wood grain on the dash is excellent. Turbo 400, 3-speed automatic.
Check this out too.
Oldie but a goodie.
Oldie but a goodie.
Cool. The clock doesn't work, but the original radio works. It's got the rear fog on it, which I don't think works. Bezels are in great shape. Wipers are working. Original owner's manual up there, I set up there. So the clock and the heater fan, Dalton, I think are the couple things that don't work. Gas gauge works. As far as our oil and generator lights all work there. I mentioned we do have a crack and it comes from front to back on the dash pad. Other than that, the dash pad looks brand new. Above the visors are all clean. I'll pass this over to you and let's take her for a cruise. Turn around.
Dual 3-point turn here.
You can do it.
See how it goes in reverse? Most of the time we don't put her in reverse in our videos.
Oh, see? Reverse works. There's another thing, and I try to mention this, you know, we go through and check the U-joints and stuff. It doesn't clunk in, clunk out.
Should we roll them power windows up?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
They go up really nice too.
The front ones work really fast. We had the whole back, that one did too. Back one's up. We had these back seat completely taken out, went through all the power windows. Just, you really have to do that and just clean all the brushes and get them all cleaned up. Great. Tim did a great job on that. We buffed it out when it came in. The paint looks great. As far as our steering goes, the steering wheel's nice and straight. Goes nice, perfectly straight down the road. As far as our brakes go, no pull left or right. The steering wheel stays nice and straight. Really a great car.
Yeah,
now we haven't had this one to brand our top mechanic for the tune yet, but right now, as far as the idle goes, I like the way it's idling.
Yeah, I do too.
I barely touched the gas right there, but you can still feel yourself just really sit back in the seat.
I love these big cars.
That was 75 mile an hour, and it felt like I was in Mom's Caddy.
Yeah, it did.
You know, I mean, it just goes down the road awesome. 65, 62 mile an hour right there. Handles the road great, you guys. Gas gauge works as well, so, and you know what, with these power windows and stuff, it's super quiet in here with all those new roof rail rubbers.
Yeah. And you're always gonna have wind noise in an old car, but really it's not bad.
Yeah. As far as our brakes go, I mean, this 427 goes fast. You want it to stop fast as well, and it's doing it. They need these 427s.
Yeah, they do. They're a big ass car.
Still though, That's 70 mile an hour, 75, 80 right there. And so it's not squealing tires, it's not losing control.
But it gets up and goes, it grips.
But it really does. Wow, I'm impressed with this.
I am too. It's a good driving old boat.
Wow. Fantastic driving car, guys. Doesn't need anything with the front end. It feels like the brakes are great, steering's good. It's ready to cruise and go. Kickdown works.
Hey, check us out on our website, coyoteclassics.com. Don't miss your chance to own this 1969 427 Impala.